This is
of the style of the opponent or whatever.
They know they learned that push on the chin of the challenger. Combination. Randy Orton, KO. None of you. Knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, children of all ages, we're here for Saturday night main event on Inside the Cage, presented by TPC. I'm here with Cade, and we're here with Truly Tone, Two Belt Tone. What's happening, fellas?
What's going on?
The more you train in peace, the less you bleed in war. Sage advice. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We are watching the Ultimate Fighter female flyweight finale with Juliana Miller and Brogan Walker. And we are currently about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go on round one. And so far, it's Juliana Miller who is now on top in a half guard, I believe.
Exactly where she wants to be. Juliana is a very, very good jiu-jitsu artist. So this is exactly where she wants to play her game at.
Brogan is keeping her close with the body lock tight around the back of the neck. Smothering her, not letting her get off.
We've had an interesting night of fights. We have had all, I believe, first and second round finishes. We have not had one go to the scorecards.
these boys was fighting tonight like they had somewhere to be.
Yep.
Oh yeah, who's out here? Who's out here tonight? Who's on how ruler busts tonight?
This is where Juju does her best work.
Prez was rocking as usual.
No, you like that, Prez?
Loyal. Loyal.
We already ready for a new one, bruh. Son, get the damn cat out of here.
Yeah. As you see, the roster has grown, so
Yeah.
we need to update that.
Oh, here, my most favorite move in all of MMA, the forearm to the throat from top position. Now Miller is just grinding that forearm and elbow into Walker's face.
Looks like she's trying to get into side control to possibly set up armbar or something, but now she's back into.
I'm catching up.
Oh.
You guys are, because the co-main event is just really going long, and I would just rather be ready for the main event. So let me just dip over here to the UFC.
I seen it. It was a cold one, Prez. You was on it for that one. That was hot.
So, how about that head kick for my man Brian Battle tonight?
Look,
He knocked him out so cold his hands were still up in the air when he was on the ground.
My favorite part of a head kick knockout is when it's at the end of when it's the last strike of the combination, and when the combination is hitting flush, and then the guy is all discombobulated from the 2 or 3 shots that he caught up top, and then to just eat that kick and drop straight to the ground. That's poetry in motion, and for the fight game. I mean, this is not a friendly ha business. When you put together something that beautiful like that, that's what's supposed to be the end result, is that man falling on the ground. Done.
That was a real. That was a different 2-piece. He gave him a leg and a thigh or something. Like,
He couldn't even really follow it up.
Gave him the dark meat only.
Almost want to say, thoughts and prayers go out to because I think he went to the multiverse after that.
So it looks like we're walking in right into a possible.
Well,
I don't know how the judges score, but a possible.
Well,
10-9
in
round.
terms of ring control and dominant position, you got to give it's a 10-9 round for Miller.
And look, she's trying to maintain that right arm so that if she can get it across her center line, she's got an opportunity for the triangle. And if she doesn't get that triangle and if first she pulls her head out, then obviously here comes the armbar.
And I'm no.
She's got the open guard going, and she's now right there. Okay, the bell rung. Okay, she was doing a great job of keeping her close to her because distance is your enemy when you're in that position.
Yeah, yes. And I was gonna say I'm no promoter or nothing, but you got to think this might be Brogan's shot right here. She's 34 years old, whereas Juliana Miller is 26 years old. So a lot of fighters that have been in the UFC for a long time are already in their 30s, already trying to fight for belts and stuff. So this might be Brogan's shot right here. So the next 2 rounds, she's got to push the pace.
At 34, I'd imagine if success is not happening within this fight to the next, then does she sort of go into? And I'm asking you this, Kay. Does she go into journey woman, as I say, role where the younger fighters are using her for her name, but they don't really, she's not who she was, that kind of thing.
I don't really think so. Because I think if you put your mind to something and you stay in shape, you can, and you haven't taken a lot of damage and beat downs and stuff like that, you've taken care of your body. I think even in your 40s, you can be good. Look at Glover Teixeira. He won the championship. What is he right now? 42, 43, something like that. He just lost, but it was a real competitive fight.
But the tier, as far as where you're at ranking wise and where you're at draw wise, at what point does once good fighter that still has some still has a little bit of it, but not obviously not the same fighter, but just a good enough name to where it'd be great for a young fighter's resume to get a win over that fighter. I think that's what I was trying to say. Like, if she at 34, is this fight that critical to where she could start to drop in terms of the tier?
Maybe. You look at a guy like Nate Diaz, where he's kind of became that guy.
Did she get caught?
And
but
he also beat a lot of names in the UFC, where Brogan hasn't really beaten anyone in the UFC. I'd have to go back and look. Maybe someone that's rostered, maybe she beat, but you get what I'm saying. This is her real first fight under the UFC. So
okay. Well, didn't fully take the back.
This is not a good position.
I don't know why. Like, you could get that leg over, there you go, and then turn her and then get your hooks in.
Oh, with the squeeze. Nope. Chin's up, chin's down. I know that hurts like a motherfucker because I can see it in her face, but she's not in danger. Not currently, but she's pulling back her head. She's going to get it in a second.
Get the other leg over. And then start squeezing the ribs.
No, man, she is squeezing the shit out of her.
Yeah, squeeze them ribs.
Yeah, nope, she got out. It didn't fit.
Get her thinking about. Get her thinking
there you better keep that position. You better hammer down. Figure. Oh,
this is what we call cook the beans. Cook the beans. Just sit there and you ain't got to do nothing. She is the one That's uncomfortable. Just sit there and stew. Let her stew. What happened? Whoa. Stacked her. Okay, so she just stacked her. And then she just gave up her back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you know? And now she's trying to get her hooks in because she knows what the hell to do
Because
instantly.
she kept that chin down. But
Yeah.
I mean, she has on her feet, she has had absolutely nothing for Juliana Miller.
E, what's up, E Gal? What's up, Juan? Yeah, that was man, bro. Man,
She kept the chin down, E.
yeah, but you know,
Said
she
I noticed that right off the bat. Said she, yeah, I'm sure it's hurting because her face is changing colors, but she's in no danger of being choked out.
Yeah, but hey, if you're the person applying it, you want to just stay there and just let her make the mistake and open it up for you. I don't know why she let it go, or I don't know how her attempt got unapplied like that easy.
So here's a question for you, Tone. Since you train, how long does coach tell you to apply a submission when it's not submitting somebody?
Um, you just reassess. You reassess your fundamentals. So if you're there, you might just need an adjustment or two, and some patience, and it'll get there. Um, but imagine if you're the person that's being attempted to be applied on, right? If I'm
Uh-huh.
just and who needs to adjust and get out of the situation the most? You do. I can just sit there and just play with my grips. I can play with my grips. I can adjust. There's a thing where where if you're this, if you're from behind, we call it the seat belt. I got one wrist here and I got one wrist here, and I can kind of do this stirring motion and get under your chin. So there's like a lot of different ways where you can make an adjustment to apply your sub, and but there's no need to abandon your position. Like you're right there. There's no need to abandon the position. You just need to adjust how you're trying to apply it. But your opponent, your opponent is more likely to your opponent is going to give you a reaction because they're in a bad spot.
Right.
Spot. And hell, if you just sit there for the whole rest of the half of the round, trying to get that choke just right there, hell, whatever, that your opponent's incapacitated until then they might get desperate and try something to get out of the threat, and you may be able to get it locked in then. So again, like I keep saying this saying, I'm gonna keep saying it on this show. And everybody's going to catch on. Cook the beans. Just cook the beans. Cook them slow, low, but when they're done, it's time to eat.
Charles Oliveira is a perfect example of that. He never gives up his position. When he gets your back, he'll work your back until he gets what he wants. The perfect example is when he fought Gaethje in his last title fight. He wasn't getting it where he wanted it, so he was throwing strikes, which led Gaethje to move his hands out of position, and he slipped that arm right in there. And it's as simple as that. You just got to keep working your position.
Yeah, you work, because there's hand fighting going on. So you're doing this hand fighting thing. You got your hand fighting going on, and then you got your own fundamentals that you're trying to apply at the same time. And I mean, one of my favorites to getting under the neck for the RNC is we call it the trigger. So you do your finger like a trigger, and you slide it right across under the jawline, and it'll open up their neck so you can get it right in there.
So I'm looking at this fight right now. Looks like Brogan is going to need a finish to get this job done.
Juliana, I don't think she's got it in her.
Yeah, Juliana looks like she came well prepared for this fight. Let's see how the next few minutes of the fight goes.
Yeah, she's been in control on the feet. She's been in control on the ground. Brogan just has had nothing for her.
Tony, you did ask though when I brought up that she's 34 years old. There very well is a chance though that after this fight that she does get a contract as well to the UFC. I've seen it happen so many times where that happens. So she'll get another chance, but this is a big fight for her.
Ooh, that was nasty. I haven't seen one of. It's been a minute since I seen one of those. Ooh,
Okay,
she's
got
not
mount.
playing very nice.
She's going for the mount. There it is. She's got mount. Now what are you gonna do?
What I think she's trying to do is force her to roll over so she can get her back, maybe.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now you got full mount. So she had mount, and when I said mount, her knees are more closer to her hips. Full mount is when you got your knees in their
Damn.
armpits.
Oh, and it's
Full mount when you got your knees in your armpits, and it's one of the worst spots you can be in. And let me tell everybody out there, I've drilled the hell out of options out of that situation. It's tough. It hurts, So it's and then
and she is slicing her up.
Yeah, and it's almost like you almost have to give up. You almost there's I don't want to say that's the only way, but you see how she's trying to just turn and just trying to create space.
Well, she's gonna end up giving up her back.
Well, what she should do, how she's got on her side. Once she's got on her side, and if she can get her hips on top of her leg, then she can.
It's all over.
Out of there.
All over. Said I'll say.
So look, see how she's on her side. You see how she turned to her side. So once she gets on her side, and if she can get her hips or her buttocks at least even or past her leg, then she can do what we call hip escape, which you just kind of you just slide like that off of your hip and bounce off of there. And yeah, well, that's that.
What a performance!
Yeah,
that was a performance. Absolutely, start to finish domination. She was never in any trouble, and that ground and pound. Once she got full mount, she was just it was over for her.
Yeah.
What I was so I figured that I was in front of you guys, so that's why I tried not to speak on it up until the time it was over. But when I seen her leaning on her and then hitting her with the elbow that she was leaning on her with, I was like, ooh, she's playing real dirty.
She.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to keep a little quiet. I think Tone's behind a little bit. I'm running off ESPN.
Yeah, I'm running off ESPN too.
It's
as well.
They're showing the replay, and she just gave her the DX.
No, you're way, but I was listening to you guys talk, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was just going along with what Tony was saying because I knew I wasn't trying to spoil nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Mike G, baby, was good. Guerrero.
What up, man?
So the king of the Orleans at the hospital.
So I think next up we got our other Ultimate Fighter
event,
finale.
isn't it?
No, we actually got 3 more fights. We
do have 3 more fights.
So we got Usman's brother and Zach coming up in the other finale. I want to say there's one. Oh, we got another great competition at welterweight with Jeff Neal and Vicente Luque.
Yes, I saw him. That dude looks like a beast.
He just wanted to pronounce that. Yeah, that part.
And then we got Jamal Hill, I think it's how you pronounce it. He pronounces it, and Thiago Santos in the main event.
Daniel Cormier and Ryan Clark have a podcast or TV show going. This ought to be interesting.
So
Juliana Miller.
I'm going to try.
They've actually been at it for a little over a year now, Phil. Because Ariel went off and did his own thing. He used to be with DC.
I'm going to try something.
Man,
So I'm going
kudos to Brogan. I could see the disappointment in her face. She looked like she ready to go off somewhere and said and face the realities of her situation. And she's being honorable about it, and kudos to her. But said I can feel her disappointment coming off of her.
Man, props to Juliana Pena for showing up.
Man, did she show and showing out.
I'm going to try something. So while you guys are
Great fight. What are you going to try over there sucking on some red vines?
nah. But so the main event for boxing is happening. Mr. Virgil Ortiz Jr., great prospect, one of the next tiers of fighters in line that you definitely will know about on a casual level. So I will kind of try to see if we can multitask this. Because guys are throwing out UFC, I'm gonna throw out some boxing stuff at the same time. It's probably gonna sound schizophrenic or something like that. I don't know. So yeah, hey, you guys in the chat, you guys are actually watching this show kind of unfold as we are, just trying to work, figure out how to construct everything. So we got the main event happening at the same time with UFC. Tricky thing. Let's see how this goes.
First round, Brogan was whispering in my ear. She's like, "Oh, you ain't got nothing for me. Let me see those elbows. Go ahead, hit it again." So when I heard her whisper that in my ear, I said, "Okay, girl, I'll show you." In the third round, I started hitting her with those elbows, as Richard calls it, and
she was talking to her.
This one's for you, Baba. Ha ha. This is she said for my video. So she got what she had.
Cade.
What's up, man?
So you know what to do, right?
She is the ultimate fighter.
With I think I get what you're coming at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watching her. Okay, you watching Ortiz fight too, Gilbert? All right, so
I told you, Gilbert, you were telling me that wasn't supposed to happen.
Juliana Miller with the shout out to her grandmother, her mama back home. Hey,
Oh, look at Deontay Wilder in the crowd.
he's a hard hitter.
Well, as long as he don't see Tyson Fury, he'll be all right.
he's not. Oh man. Hey, well, one thing about Tyson Fury, I think is feeling it. I think he's feeling irrelevant because he posted a video just reminding everybody that he says he's the man at heavyweight.
That's because he is, and quite frankly, look, I got all the respect. I got all the respect in the world for Wilder. Honestly, I'm like the guy that he was fighting was so much bigger than him. Like you wouldn't met like if he was anything other than a heavyweight, he would have never have had to fight that guy. I mean, that the size difference was roughly the same as having a flyweight fight a heavyweight. Literally, you're talking about 30 plus pounds of weight.
And the way he moves.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he cheated, EG, because that's his natural size, and the division allows him to be as heavy as he wants to be.
He's not saying he cheated on it with size. There was reports about the gloves that were being used in the second fight.
You see, I don't know how that can even go down though, because I've told people before they check all that stuff. So I can't see how that goes down.
You're actually right.
Not only that, if Deontay Wilder had moved his face out of the way, he wouldn't be getting hit with them fake gloves. So I mean, say what you want, he was still eating them shots.
Yeah, and that's what was. So I think that was the first fight. Because that was the second fight. Because the first fight, the reason was that his ring entrance attire tired him out. That was one of the things that was reported. And then yes, the commission checks the glove. The commission checks the gloves, but also the opponent's corner watches that process as well. So they were okay with it at the time, and hey, Antonio Margarito, concrete hands right there, and
It's
then
in the hand wraps, wasn't it?
yeah,
Plaster in the
the,
hand
yeah, it was
wraps.
in hand wraps, and he liked to almost killed oh God. He came back and whooped his ass too. Margarito asked for that.
I'd like to hear your guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Is my man Zach going to put an end to the hype train of Kamaru Usman's brother Muhammad, or is Muhammad going to prevail?
I would say that Muhammad's had better training partners. I'll say that for sure. So the question is he going to be able to execute? I like the look of Zach Pwaga, but we'll see. I'm not going to put anything past Usman because, like I said, he's had the best training partners.
Yeah, Miguel Cotto. Thank you, Miguel Cotto. That's who that was.
With Zach, I think the thing that goes in his favor against Muhammad is the speed factor. Because I want to say Muhammad actually came in 3 pounds under Zach, so he came in at 236. Muhammad
Really?
and
Really?
Paga came in at 239.
Oh yeah.
You know, I listen. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to everybody. We're jumping into the fight game. Cade knows a lot more about this than I do, but I'm looking at some of these guys and getting some of these backstories as we go along. I didn't know Zach Pwaga played for the Texans.
Yes, he did. He actually had an NFL background.
Right
And
now,
he's an NFL fullback. I mean, that's a tough cookie, bro.
yeah.
That is a tough cookie.
Your job is to blow things up. That's your job.
Is to seek contact,
Right.
initiate contact.
With a running start at that. It's not, you're on the line, contact is immediate. But a running start?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the kind of thing. So you look at these guys and you think by position, who would be your toughest guys? Your toughest guys by position is probably your linebackers, linebackers, and running backs, because they're the guys that get the run and start, get plow into guys that are bigger than them, have to run away from guys, do all types of shit, absorb hits from bigger guys and all other shit, right? Or your linebackers who are taking on linemen, shedding blocks, and then attacking and making tackles. Your linebackers should be your toughest guys.
Would you throw strong safeties in there as an honorary? Just because you're like,
I think as an honorary,
light. Yeah, linebacker light.
Linebacker light. I like that.
I think offensive
maybe your
line
defensive
too.
end. Then I'd say maybe your linebackers and defensive ends, because those are the guys that usually get blocked by 2 or 3 guys, or ear holed by a pulling guard, or trap and tackle or so whatnot. So they're getting hit in the side by a guy they never saw.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Ortiz coming to the ring. I don't know what entrance he's doing right now. Let me check it out.
Tony, I have no way of pulling up this Ortiz fight, so keep me updated, please.
I will send you. Check out the PC. I'm about to drop it in there for you.
I'll say this with this fight coming up. I watched the whole season of The Ultimate Fighter. Just like I was probably the most impressed with Juliana Miller in the season. The guy that impressed me from the heavyweight division the most was Zach. So I'm looking forward to seeing this fight because, Usman has a lot of hype behind him right now, and he needs to prove that he is the hype.
But and sometimes uh, the height motivates the challenger
Yeah.
even more. You got that name, big dog.
So I'm not gonna say one way or the other because I haven't seen either one of these dudes fight or either one of these dudes other matches, but I will say that that his head movement or lack thereof is concerning to me from the clips that I've seen.
Who is that?
Usman's.
Yeah, one thing that man, one thing I have to say, Usman Muhammad, that is took from his brother, man. They must have gotten in the gym and worked on his jab because ever since Usman's been over at Whitman's camp, his jab is the biggest part to his striking. He sets everything up with his jab, and that's exactly what Muhammad has done in the couple fights that I've seen him in. So um, he's got a beautiful jab. So that could be a big part too to maybe keep Zach off of him. Like I said, I'm excited to see these two bang it out because a lot of people picking Zach and a lot of people are picking Usman. So
So we got a 50-50 fight. What'd you say? Or 49-51? Where you at with that?
no, I think this fight favors Zach in a lot of ways, due to speed, his ability to wrestle. I'm not saying Usman can't do that stuff. I think if Usman has the biggest chance in this fight, it's to work behind his jab. I could be 100% wrong though. We're gonna have to see. Yeah,
That's what I saw too. But we'll see. We're gonna see. Like I said, soon enough.
Yeah, EG. I was talking. I don't know if you got confused or something, but I was talking about Zach. Zach is the one that has the speed advantage. You're right. Usman is not very fast, but he does snap that jab really well. So we'll see.
You know what I like doing? I like trying to sing the Mexican national anthem. Catchy. Oh, I love that shit.
So, Tone, have you seen much of Leon Edwards fight?
No.
It's been a while.
Okay, so we should go watch some of his fights because
Is that the one in Utah you want to go to?
No, that's the
yeah,
one
it's
that's
solid.
fighting
That's the one
Usman.
fighting Usman.
I've seen. I remember watching the last one of his fights. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, and it should be a good challenge for Usman. But Edwards is gonna have to. He's gonna have to stay within himself. He's gonna have to stay with the game plan, and then he's gonna have to outfight Usman because Usman is going to take it to him with the hands if they choose to go to the ground. I'm always going to go with Kamaru Usman's wrestling ability over somebody else's. So it's going to be one of those things. If they slug it out, we're going to see. Now we all know Usman has been a beast, but as you were talking about, Usman's starting to get up there in age too. Isn't he 34, 35?
Yeah, so here's my thing with that, Phil, is Usman hasn't been in a lot of wars, and mentally and
At least not
physically,
not throwing hands anyway, because usually when he's in wars, he's dominating on the ground and wrestling.
yeah, so physically and mentally, he is levels above a lot of people in this game. He takes care of his body. EG, I see you say that Leon is an average fighter. I'd like to hear why you think that. Just because he got rocked by Nate Diaz, a lot of people think he's average. I got news. It's not. It doesn't take much to get rocked in this sport.
Especially
Anybody could get caught, man.
here, here, and here.
He still dominated that fight. I was there live. It still was a domination on Leon. I'm pretty sure he won every single round of
Tail of
that
the
fight.
tape. Hang
Um,
on, hang on, real quick. Tail of the tape. 6'2". Both fighters are 6'2". Usman is 239, and Zauga was, or no, excuse me, Usman was 236, and Zauga was 239. Usman has a 79-inch reach compared to Palga's 76-inch reach. So there's a 3-inch reach advantage, and he's giving up 3 pounds. They're same height.
but what I will say is there is levels to this game, and I'm not going to sit here and say any welterweight on the planet right now is beating Kamaru Usman because nobody's proved it. But if you go back and you look at the styles, and I've always said this, styles make fights. I could be wrong on this, but from what I've seen from Leon, what I've seen from the champ, this could be stylistically the best fight to give him a push. But I'm not going to sit here and say Usman's losing because there's levels to this. But like I said, the styles make fights. So I think Leon could give him a fight.
respect. I got respect for the dog in him. I can't just.
Yeah, he's fighting an Us. You know, I mean, he's Nigerian, but he is fighting an Us.
Appreciate you, Gilbert.
He came with the running front
Thank
kick.
you. Hey, right on, Gilbert, man. Right on, man. And like I said, man, you guys are watching this develop. You guys are growing with us, man. So just stick with us. A lot more to come. Can't speak on it, but a lot of good things to come. All right, so right now the refs have given their final instructions. Everybody get the hell out the ring because it's time for these hands to start flying. Virgil is just bouncing in the red corner, looking good, looking loose.
Looks like both fighters are just trying to find their range right now.
All right, round 1 is kicking off.
That's for you, Cade.
We got Ortiz in black trunks with red with the red stripes on the side. What is that? Velvet? That boy got some
EG,
nice.
we'll have to respectfully agree to disagree. I don't got much for that. Maybe we just haven't been watching the same thing, but I think Leon he's won his last 10 fights, man. So how you gonna argue that?
Virgil with a really high guard right now. And I mean, he's really high up right now. He doesn't, very technically sound right now. Elbows in, high guard. He's so far we're a minute in, and he's doing a good job. Keeping the center of the ring, and pushing back. McKinson just ate a nice right jab, snapped his head back. He's respecting something. McKenzie is now, as he's circling, pumping the right jab, looking like, almost like a little baby Paulo Creed. He's now, okay, things are getting sloppy. And now they're trading. Both caught some good punches. They are not waiting for the second or third round to get it going. They are ready right now. These dudes.
Oh, these boys are swinging, Phil.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At least, in spots.
Yeah, definitely some exchanges that anybody could get their lights put out in one of those if they get caught.
For a title championship fight, I get fighting cautiously, but at the same time, like you are some heavyweights, bro. We're not paying money to watch you stand in front of each other. Now I'll say I was kind of disappointed because when Usman caught his leg and took him to the ground, I expected him to assert some type of control over that situation. Instead, he took dude to the ground and promptly got punched in his face and let him back up.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
A
you
right
saw that
cross.
cross to the chin. Yeah.
A right cross Buckles McKinson. He's got his feet back under him a little bit, but what are we doing now? Ref, there's a stoppage. Accidental headbutt. Ortiz is bleeding at the eyebrow,
You're
left eyebrow,
yeah, you watching a different
which is a
fight.
sensitive area. No big deal. They just pat no blood. He's good to go. And these guys are back in the phone booth. I don't know how long this is gonna go, but these guys are already going into fight of the year candidacy. Um, they didn't waste no time. Get into it. This was not a fill out round. This was a let's go MFer tonight. And partly I want to say because Ortiz looked like he was pressing and looked like he's trying to end this fight somewhat early and close his will. Props to McKenzie because he's not backing down. He's not getting pushed around in this fight. He had some stability issues in this fight and on a couple of his punches and things like that. But that's what Gilbert. That's why I said I think that fundamental was kind of going out the door when he thought that he was actually getting the upper hand on him, and then he started to kind of open up a little bit. But you're absolutely right. Like he better keep that down because we saw an upset earlier with Hooker. We saw an upset earlier on the lower level end, but we did see an upset tonight.
Who won that first round?
That first round is going to go to Ortiz. I say Ortiz won that round because he hit the punches that were notable. They came from him. But again, McKinson he's game. This dude is not backing down. When Virgil wants to exchange, he's like, oh, you got the fire, I got coals, and I got a barbecue pit.
Yeah, he did, Gilbert. I was looking at him too. I was trying to figure that out. How he had the reach advantage, but could do absolutely nothing with it because he was just slow.
Yeah, Hooker. Well, and then I think some of it was his game plan, and then also Hooker is not a big puncher for that division, and
he caught him. Oh wow!
Okay, true.
Wow!
Hey,
what a surprise!
Let me hear it.
I got to give him props, man.
Well, I got to give him
What
props.
happened?
You'll see it in a
Oh
second.
my, he shut his lights out, man.
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm watching. I got the boxing on. You guys got the UFC. I'm not seeing the boxing right now. I mean, the UFC.
He hit him with a straight left, a straight lead left. Tone. I want to say it looked like a.
Stance?
No, it was a hook. Never mind. It was a hook.
I mean, that's from Southpaw.
Knocked him completely out. Yep, right on the nose.
Oh, I hear it on my TV.
Knocked him completely out. That was right after he blocked the shot. Good for him.
Why is my Wi-Fi?
Yeah, and that's one thing that Usman, I felt like he did hold the power advantage in this, and everyone's got a puncher's chance, man. So congrats to him, man. He said, I am the height.
I just thought about that. You're right. He was slow because he was getting caught with the overhand. I think the overhand right.
He's slow. We don't have to sugarcoat it. He's slow. But he's slow. He's slow and strong. And if he can get you squared up with one, you're gonna go down. because he hit dude square in the nose. Because usually you don't see too many people get knocked out from a punch to the nose.
I will say this: he did look much faster tonight, and like I said, he uses his jab quite a bit, man. And wow, man, a great performance by him. He came out and said, "I am the hype."
Hey, he got it. He got a finish. He came out and he did what he needed to do. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna say it was a great performance, but he did what he needed to do, and he finished his fight. I'm not about to knock him. He made it happen.
You know what, Gilbert?
He
I don't know if he's missing Garcia that much because it still looks like he's still fighting like a Garcia fighter, which is impose your will, be willing to take a little punishment. Garcia's fighters all got that warrior mentality. Virgil looks just like that.
Round 3.
Wow, I'm not surprised because I know everybody in the sport has a puncher's chance.
No, it was clean too.
And I'm not saying this disrespectfully because I like Zach, man, but that wasn't the Zach I saw in the season. And Usman actually looked like he got in the gym with his camp and his brother, and he went to work, man, and they drew some things up.
You know what else you need to improve is a lot of honesty around you. And they were probably like, look, you need to work, this, that, and the third, we need to improve that. I love talking about Jerome.
Settle down, big fella. That dude is he must have got the fresh batch of stuff. But I mean, he's got that good old Brazilian intensity going. Where it's like, calm down, bro. You already won the fight, bro. You ain't got to beat up nobody else. You should be celebrating in a good mood. Motherfucker over here like Ray Lewis pissed off for greatness.
Hey, I like it though. I like it, man. Let that adrenaline go.
Hey, Kate, I put that link to the box to the fight in the private chat.
Yeah, I need to pull it up on my phone.
Thank you, God. This is from Nash, and thank you for being with me. And we did it. Daddy did it. We're in the show. We surely did it indeed.
Hey, yeah, Jerron boots in his, and he's at 147 right now. So, and I think he is the mandatory for the WBO, WBA, WBC, and I am off my game right now.
I mean, we are very excited for your future. Here he is. Here's the champ. He's in action next in 2 weeks against Leon Edwards. How you doing, champ?
It was great. I mean, I don't think there's ever been brothers champion, tough champion. So, he's doing it. This is his moment. He's been working for it. So, hey, new Ultimate Fighter, first brothers to do it in history. That feels good.
Hey, this is all definitely for our parents.
Listen, how you got to feel for Pops. Both of my boys got hands. Both my boys about to be belt holders.
Well, we look forward to seeing your future. Congratulations.
Well,
and different weight divisions, so they never have to fight each other. Because that'd be the one thing that I wouldn't want.
He's still got a lot to prove before he gets there, but
yeah, he got a long way to go. His overall striking needs to be a lot crisper. But he's tough and he's well put together. So he's got the. It's just a matter of practice.
he's got the right guys in his corner because if he goes joining his brother's camp with Whitman, he might get right tip-top shape.
Yeah, he got some work to do, but it's there. But
he's got the right people in his life.
But he's also older too. He was 32, 33?
Yeah, something like that. I got this boxing fight right here, Tone.
Okay.
No, I got it. I got it on the screen too. So we are on Vera. It said actually we got about 10 minutes left before we got to switch this over to After Dark.
Hey,
Vera and Cruz are next week. That's supposed to be a really good fight.
sorry for the delay, y'all. Terry, he is. I couldn't think of it for whatever reason, but I'm pretty sure he is the mandatory for the IBF title. Which
It was almost a check hook, to be honest with you, EG. He had I think he got off his jab hand and taking it off and then swung it, because if you look at it, he didn't even step into it, so it really looked like it was a check hook, but he just caught him flush square in the face, right on the nose.
He had him off balance, I think. In a way, I think Zach threw something, if I'm not mistaken, kind of came off balance and landed right into that check.
Oh,
right?
Whoa, uh-oh.
No, he's not done yet. So what time you at in round 4, Tone?
154.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Oh, okay. That left cross came. He called it a hook. That's a left cross. Oh, he just popped that left jab, and just that boy neck is.
He's working that jab.
Yeah, he's sharp. Victor sharp with his.
McKinson is going to need some ice on the back of his neck after this fight. Believe that. Oh, nice combination upstairs and downstairs from Ortiz. He's letting his hands go in this round right now, and he's throwing punches with a lot of authority. I think right now Ortiz has gotten used to the power McKinson has, and in a very respectful way, he doesn't respect his power. Ortiz,
not that he doesn't respect his power, he just knows that it's not enough to defeat him.
That's a polite. I was looking for a polite way to say that. So yeah, absolutely. Whoa, Ortiz is giving the fans a little bit of air conditioning with that punch he missed. Now, you know who needs to come to work since we segue into After Dark, because I feel like having some fun. Where is Rich at, man? Rich needs to come to work.
Got an invite. He knows he's. I expect him to pull up at 9.
Okay. I ain't seen you in the office.
So we stay on here for After Dark.
No, yeah. I gotta send you the invite. I gotta send you the link.
It'll be a separate link.
Yeah, it's a separate link.
So Ortiz definitely won round 4. Ortiz is settled in as far as used to the used to the punching power, and he's seen quite a bit of the cadence that McKinson is out there doing with his feints and different things he's trying to do to gain an angle on Ortiz. Ortiz is just throwing a lot of punch with authority. I think Ortiz is just ready to get him out of there. It's time to go eat dinner.
Said he's tired of this. He's ready to collect that check and be on his way, huh?
Yeah, but props to McKinson, because again, like, he's game. Like, McKinson is not, he's not a tomato can. Let me try to use an East Coast accent. He's not a tomato can. Not that it sound like it anyway. But yeah, he's in there. He's trading. But right now he's trying to circle the ring and get Ortiz at an angle, and he's and right now Ortiz doing a great job cutting the ring off. As you know, a lot of people don't understand that it's actually possible. So you know, when their favorite fighter is losing to a fighter that has good feet and knows how to use that and use distance, and they get mad talking about he's running. You know, you can cut off the ring. You can go diagonal, and then stop him from moving laterally, and then go
Woo!
hit some.
Ooh. You
So
checked
right
Richard a
here,
couple times.
this fight's pretty interesting too, Phil. UFC Vicente Luque coming off a loss. He's an absolute savage. Didn't look like himself in the last fight. Bilal Muhammad just looked like a really good shape, had a really good fight against Vicente. And then another guy, Jeff Neal, who I've really liked. He needs this fight to move up in the rankings. Vicente, if he would have won his last fight, might have been standing in front of Usman in 2 weeks, possibly. So he needs to get back to the title picture. So this fight right here means a lot to both these men in their careers or where they stand in their careers right now too.
Yo, he got okay. I gotta get. You know what? I gotta get used to McKinson. McKinson stability is nasty when he catches something, but he's actually not.
He's absorbing it nicely because I've seen him get rocked with a couple shots and just come right back like it didn't phase him.
Yeah, and right there, Ortiz was trying to corner him. Ortiz came with a 1-3. McKinson just slid right out of there and got to the middle of the ring. The fight is back into the center of the ring.
He's still not throwing any punches.
And
that's what I was gonna say.
It looks
like
great defensively, and I'll tip my hat to him defensively, but he's not throwing any punches.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw one of those punches. Ortiz punched him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
That is something, veteran fighters really like to do.
Especially when you're having problems getting past the guard.
Well, more so is to wear that muscle down. So, in the later rounds, he can't really put the same steam on it he would have. Right. Canelo tried to do that to Bivol. Bivol didn't give a damn.
Nah.
I'm sorry, not Bivol. Bivol.
He was like, oh, check this out, fam. I'm bigger than you, homie. I didn't have to cut. I had to cut weight to get to this. You had to gain it.
And first of all, you thought I was some kind of sucker that you thought was come here and steal my belt.
Yeah.
You thought, I went through the 168 division, because I knew it was the lesser path of resistance out of 154 and 160. So I'm going 168. I'm gonna be the old Triple G. And if don't get me wrong, Canelo, skill wise, I will never deny that man. Yeah. Skill wise.
Hey, Tony and Phil, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know we're watching Ortiz fight right now and McKinson, but there's a fight that might happen again that I just feel like as boxing fans do.
Oh man, I know
fight again between Haney and Cambosos.
I thought I got a much more funner one for you. And I'll promise I'll segue back, but I just want your eyes to pop out when I say this.
I'm waiting for Spence and Crawford to drop.
Listen. When both sides are quiet, to a certain extent, Crawford's been talking a little bit, but when both sides get real quiet, the deal is getting closer to being done.
Yeah.
So get ready to hear this little bombshell that there's reports that Floyd and Conor McGregor are.
No.
There's talks. That's all I'll say. I won't say anything serious, but it's been reported, and the reason why it's got some legs to it is because guess what? They know people like me will buy that shit.
Yeah, but
they should know that people like me will acquire a live stream in which to watch this without having to pay, because while I am intrigued and definitely want to see it, there's just no way in the world that I would ever spend $1 on that predetermined outcome.
And Dana already came out and
My
said
intentions
a
are
week
different.
ago that he's not interested in letting Connor do that. And Connor is still under contract with the UFC, so in order to get that fight, he's gonna have to get Dana to approve it. This talks, but
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And there's plenty of it. There's plenty of it because they kind of did a projection of what that fight could earn. 500 mil.
I don't really
Yeah,
want to see it.
but you're not gonna be. But Floyd's not gonna be able to strong arm Dana, especially when it don't happen without Dana say so. See, Floyd is used to taking about 80% of the purse, and if he's not willing to part with at minimum 40, it's never gonna happen.
I like to just say, yeah, okay.
And
So
not to mention, based on watching Connor's last fights, bruh, the last person he needs to be throwing hands with is Floyd.
well, let's
Even if Floyd was 50, he still wouldn't need to be throwing hands with Floyd.
which
Hey,
Floyd is which Floyd is closer to 50 than 40.
this
Yeah,
may sound weird. If we're gonna do some boxing matches like that, and I'm pulling for my boy Nate Diaz, but after Hamzat, I hate saying this, but after Hamzat possibly eats him, quote unquote, Hamzat said that. I'd like to see Nate Diaz come over and get a little boxing match with Jake Paul over there. Let's see what Jake Paul's about, because I think Diaz's hands are too much for him.
hey, you seen the videos, Tone? You seen the recent videos?
Of Rockman Jr. The sparring session?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
he said, man, I was light. I was light.
That fight didn't happen because
Bruh.
of weight issues. That fight must have
No,
happened because
bruh.
somewhere
That's not why that fight didn't happen. That's the fit. Remember, who was it? Was it Sean what's his last name? Porter.
Oh.
Porter. He called it. Said this fight, they were never gonna have this fight. They were gonna lay it on Rossi, most likely because of weight, and that's what they were gonna go with. But he was never gonna fight this fight. So you need to go and Google the fucking the sparring tapes with Rockman
I
and
think
Jake
I saw
Paul.
him because he dropped him on Twitter, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw him.
And it's not just that he dropped him. It was like he was beating the brakes off of that dude. And this is with headgear.
And not only that, put it this way, he was doing it with. I'll put it in football term. He's doing it with preseason.
Oh,
Yeah, he's resettling nicely though. He had his minute, but it looks like he's back, like he's recovered. He still needs to figure out what he's going to do with them hands, though.
Double jab, nice, sweeping left hook, disconnected. I gotta give it to McKinson, man. This dude,
he's eating it.
He's returning fire. Like
this round.
Yeah, no, I mean every round he hasn't been intimidated at all.
I love these boys are fighting like they got something to prove.
He's out talented right now.
So you jumped the gun, boss. I know I was supposed to switch over. So we haven't finished. We're still watching the fights.
For those that don't know, that man in the
What
top,
up, Rich?
right above me,
Throw
right
on Raider Rich, the homie, the brother. He and most of all, he's our friend.
Yeah, no.
Get with us. Throw on the ESPN, Rich, so you can watch these fights too.
Rich, welcome to Chili Filthy Combat.
Right on. Hold on. Well, let me get my remote and shit. So I'll find my remote because I watch TV, bro. So you know how it is. But let me get that real quick.
All right. All right.
So
So
we are in round 1 of Neil and Luque, and these two are
shit.
scrapping.
I was hoping Ortiz would end
yeah,
this
they are.
quick so
Wow,
I
it
can
is
get so I
only
can
we're
jump back
round
over.
1, isn't it? And we already got some. And we already got some blood. He's coming back though. He's tightening up, and I like the adjustments that he's made. Now he's countering more effective. Oh, and right as I said that, he takes a trip to the canvas.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen Luque get battered like this, man.
He's eating some clean shots. Neil's striking has been on point.
Luque needs to get this fight to the ground because he is nasty on the ground.
Right, he's not going to this fight. The only time this fight is going to the ground is if he gets knocked to it. Neil is fighting too balanced right now. He's got distance measured. He's walking him down with his hands down, bro. There is nothing, and tagging him with straight lefts. There is nothing that I've seen from Luque right now that would suggest he's getting ready to be able to take this fight to the ground.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying he needs to figure it out.
Look, he just went weak kneed. He almost got dropped off the straight left again. He's whew. It's gonna be tough to see him go 3 rounds eating punches like this.
Hey man, he had the little wobble back to his corner, man.
Right? I was like, I don't see this going too much longer like that. His niece is doing some funny shit.
We are in the 8th round of the Ortiz McKinson fight. I have this scored.
I think 7-1.
6-1 at the most. 6-1 at the most. 5-2 words.
Oh, I'm sorry, 6-1.
I 5-2 at worst, and I wouldn't be surprised if one judge has it 4-3 right now with a close fight.
Because point jabbing or what? Because it looks like we're throwing one jab at a time.
So I believe that they're matching each other's exchanges, but so the difference would be, well, who got the worst of it, or who was dishing out the shots that are more impactful, and that would be Ortiz. It'll be very interesting to see how this fight is. Actually, in boxing terms, Virgil is really kind of on home turf. He's got home field advantage right now. I'd be very shocked if there's anything funny with the scorecards in this. However, the scorecards may not reflect McKinson's effort, because I do have to give this man props. Because Virgil, you got, whoever, for the people that's not familiar with Virgil Ortiz Jr., go on YouTube, just catch a quick highlight of how this man puts people away, and you will definitely go back looking at McKinson like, yeah, I got respect for that guy.
Yeah, it looks like we're walking into a 7-1 right now.
Yeah.
For me.
And we're back with Luque and Neil in UFC right now as we speak. So far, it's been Luque applying a little bit more pressure, coming with leg kicks and just using his kicks in general. He's been more active, but he's not really throwing anything that's had a huge chance of hitting. Neil's blocked everything.
Somebody's TV is like, cool. Is that Rich TV?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. Hey Gilbert, what scores you got? Gilbert, you got what you guys got?
Well, we got the run. We are running around the ring. He's gonna show you that conditioning.
McKinson is on his bike right now. He is. There was something about that round he did not like.
Nah,
There was no more of it.
Nope. He was punting on that round. He punted on that booch. He's like, nope, we getting out of here.
I got it close, but Ortiz winning. Yeah, you probably
Beautiful
got
body work.
you probably got Ortiz winning for the same reason because I have to admit a lot of these exchanges are hard to kind of gauge and say, well, who got the best of it. So I'm just purely going on power shots that have landed, and Ortiz obviously has landed for more power shots.
There you go. That's it. That's the one right there in that exchange right there. Look, woo, coming straight
Yeah,
down
this fight's
Broadway.
over.
Let me tell y'all something about body punches, okay? There's two things that happen to the psyche. There's a few things that happen to the psyche.
Hey, that dude was riding the other dude.
So the psyche.
Yeah, you got up, but you know he knows where he hit you.
The towel.
And he gonna come right back and say he.
Hey,
beautiful body work by Ortiz.
Oh, wait a minute. All right, wait a minute, people. Now I'm gonna say this. I don't know how you're gonna visualize this. A body punch has made this man leg.
Look, he can't even walk. He over there limping due to stanky leg.
Yeah,
he gonna be pissing blood for the next week. Woo! Neil is letting them hands go, and Luque is not ready for the speed. He's getting dirty boxing in tight, uppercuts, hooks.
So now, was he really missing Garcia? You know what I mean, Gil? Because that was a Garcia type of game plan. That was a Garcia type of game plan. Okay, now he can bear weight through that right leg. Because at first he couldn't bear no weight through that right leg of the body punch. It was electric current. It's like yeah. and so what I wanted to say was, when you get dropped by body punches, it's either something internally wrong, or you're making a decision that you don't want no more of any of that.
Depends where you get hit in the body.
Woo!
That's what I mean. Like it's either you can't continue because you got internal damage, or you made a decision. I don't want no more of this, because you can be knocked out and you can't make that decision for yourself because you're out. But you get hit in the body and then you take that knee and you don't get up. You've decided. You have decided that if he does this again, it's gonna change my life.
Yeah.
You stupid.
Not risking it.
Negative.
No.
So it looks like Luque needs a finish.
It's like, knock me out. Don't hit me in the stomach. Don't hit me in the body. Just knock me out. Hit me in the chin.
Yeah.
Defensively, he's more. Oh, I mean, yeah, but I feel like Garcia's fighters all have that defensive thing, and I don't know if it's a problem because I think their offense, the way he puts the offensive game plan together, it just obviously leaves them open. But and it works when they're when they're against fighters that don't have a lot of power. I think. Oh wait, didn't like the start of the year or the end of last year? I think Garcia's fighters that lost like almost three to five fights in a row. It was back to back. And it was like, damn. And they were all doing the same thing. They all had the same game plan, which was, go in there, be a warrior, out tough the guy. And I guess if I wanted to put it in some kind of other words, impose your will. Once you impose your will, that's your fight.
Right, real quick, we're back to the third and final round of Luque and Neil. Mm-hmm. So far, they've been trading back and forth. Neil is making Luque chase him. Nothing real of significance has landed.
I expect a big jump also if Jeff Neal secures this fight from the 13th rank to beat the number 5 ranked. I expect a big jump in the rankings for him. So if he can secure this win, it's huge for him.
He needs to be a bit more active and apply more pressure. And I see him walking him down, but he needs to let those hands go and try to finish this fight if he really wants to make that jump. He's outclassed. He's outclassed and been far and away been a better fighter, but he needs to put that final cherry on top and finish this fight in order to really get, because he's rocking him now.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
back
I
in
think
the
he's
I'm
I think
back
he's
in the
playing it a
UFC.
little safe.
I'm back in the UFC.
He's
fight.
killing him
he
with that
got him.
straight
He
left.
got him. He got him.
Oh,
Ooh, he's doing the wobble. There you go.
Yeah,
Ooh, ooh.
yeah, this fight's over.
Duke is
That's
down.
not over yet. It almost.
No,
Yep,
he's down,
now
bro.
it's over, and there it is. And now this has been a really great night for
Wow.
him. A great night for him. That is a statement. That is a statement when he beat the shit out of this dude the entire fight. That is
And,
a
and,
great win.
and ladies and gentlemen, that is now back-to-back upsets on the
Oh.
money line.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing the knockout portion happen, and those
Look, drunk.
it was so much muscle memory in that in those deliveries.
Not much Luque could do either because he's been rocked since the first round of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Said he been walking around here on rubber legs for probably about the last 10 minutes. That's a credit to him that he's lasted as long as he has.
Oh, the left to the temple area.
Yep.
Started that off.
Beautiful work by Jeff Neal.
Yeah, I can't do anything but applaud him. It was a beautiful fight, and he executed his game plan, imposed his will, measured his distances, attacked when he needed to. It was just this was the way that he trained for this fight and executed it flawlessly.
I think that was the big thing for him too, is he found his range early on in the fight. Some of these fighters don't find their range until it could be the second round, but when you find that range early on and you're popping them early on like that, I mean,
and living in your range, and I mean, to like I said, at points you're walking him down with your hands down. I was like, and I'm big on body language in fights, and you'll know when a fighter feels that he's got it.
so again, like we started the show, we have not had one fight tonight go to the scorecards as far as the UFC goes.
We've been blessed. So these types of nights don't happen often.
Yes, sir, Tony.
The more you train in peace, the less you bleed in war.
But
hands of steel near.
And I don't think that that's going to change in the heavyweight fight. I actually, I think that one's also ending in a knockout. Anything can happen, but that was what I had predicted from the jump, that fight will end sometime inside 3 rounds via TKO or knockout.
Yeah, like I said, that's a nice little wrist piece that the Count has got on right now, having a looking at his biscuit. Woo! Boy.
It definitely caught the eyes of the boss tonight for the number 13 guy to come in and beat the number 5 guy in the division.
Handily. Now, this wasn't no fluke. He beat his ass.
Oh, he knew that uppercut was getting through, man. He wasn't going to stop landing that.
Nope. He said, I'm glad he fell because I was about out of gas. I didn't hit that motherfucker with all I had.
Well, he threw like what 3-4 uppercuts in a row, and 4 uppercuts. It was nice. It was
I believe they said it was 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 uppercuts, 5 left uppercuts, and a left hook.
Hey, if it like you said, Tone, if it's getting through, keep feeding it to him.
Yeah, Oh, you like it.
But there's no need to deviate. This is working.
Not only you can get the starter, you can get the entree, you can get seconds, thirds, and you can get a to-go plate.
Get the first and second courses. Get dessert. You know what I'm saying? And then tell the chef you wanted him to hook it up with another plate on the way out.
Right.
Hey, I know y'all saw my man in the crowd right there.
Hey, I just came in to show some love. Around the UFC, blessings to y'all. Hey, Raider Twan,
we're gonna be switching over in a minute. I'm supposed to be doing After Dark. Yeah,
about the After Dark show. So pull up on us on that one. Some control ignorance will be going on. We'll be having fun. I'm just serious.
Right? No. That's
hold
focused.
Let me do that now.
Ignorance.
Since we ran 20 minutes over.
Focus ignorance.
All right. We about to switch over.
Thanks everyone for your time.